Welcome to the Flying P Podcast, a podcast by fans for fans. Today's Sunday, November 17th. My name's John.
My name's Shane, and let's drop the puck. First and foremost, hold on. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. Doing good. I went axe throwing last night.
You went axe throwing?
Yeah.
Did you do all right?
Yeah, no, well, I mean, so they do like round robin,
Mm-hmm.
a couple rounds of that,
Yeah.
and then they add your points together, and that's where you place.
Okay.
So I placed second place because I'm the fucking man,
All right.
and then
But you didn't get first place.
I made, well, no, I didn't get first place. Somebody else got first place. They were a lot better than I. I'm getting there. So basically, as the night went on, the tournament started. I made it past the first round barely, and then I didn't score a single point in the second round. Got eliminated, and then we had some time left over, and I just kept throwing, and I didn't score another point for the rest of the night, no matter what I did. I think about it a lot. It was just yesterday, but it really...
You sound like the Flyers.
Yeah, it's kind of like I just can't finish or something, you know?
Something like that.
It's weird. Well, enough about that.
Enough about the Flyers.
I just wanted to ask you a question, you know?
Shane, there's a piece of wood next to your head, and I'm going to hit you with it.
You would, John.
Oh my god.
You would, John.
Send help.
Let's talk about the Flyers. Oh god, guys, we were flying high, and
Flying high, yeah, and then we dove bombed.
Dove bomb. So we're at 3 losses in a row, 2 overtime losses.
After 4 wins in a row, though.
Yeah.
It was 4 wins in a row.
Yeah. And that's okay, because if you still look at it, we're still getting points. We're still climbing the standings.
Yeah, but again, I hate that, though. We're still getting points.
We'll talk about it. We'll get into it. Let's, first and foremost, we have a format change, so we're going to go through all the games first. We're going to go through the games real quick, minimal comments on it, just here and there, and then we're going to really try to dive into the nitty and, if you would, gritty of what went on this week.
All right, so we got to start with the Saturday's game.
Right. So
Toronto.
The day we recorded, the Flyers played Toronto, and real quick, Philip Myers scored, Oscar Lindblom scored, and then Dermott scored, followed by Nylander. The game went to, as we're very used to right now, overtime, and eventually a shootout. G scored a fucking slapper, and Coots finished it off. So we won. We got a revenge game. We'll beat the Leafs.
Yeah, in that game, I yelled at Nylander.
You did,
in the
and
first,
then he scored.
And then he scored in the third.
Yeah, the tying one.
I got a problem with Nylander, but we're not going to get into that right now.
Is it his face?
Yeah, he does got kind of a funny face.
He's kind of a weird face.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's face is unique, but I think he's got a face that only a mother would love, but he's got a lot of money, so a lot of other people would love it too.
He's got a buttload of money.
He does now. Whether he deserves it or not is another conversation.
Yeah, I guess.
So the Flyers get outshot here, 32-40. We get out-hit, 17-19. We lost the face-off department. We only took 2 penalties that time, so it was a really fun game to watch.
It was a fun game. I enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed watching it too because we had kind of a party going on.
Yeah, it was fun.
We had quite a few Flyers fans in the room cheering on.
We had one G hater,
one G hater there,
Coots lover,
one Coots lover,
yeah,
and one Farabee lover.
Yeah, I wonder who that was.
I'm a big Farabee lover.
I know. Well, maybe Steve Mason can bring him on the show when he comes.
I hope so.
That would be
we got to
great.
get Steve Mason should be our manager.
Yeah, you know what? I want Steve Mason to be our first guest.
I think he should be.
I think he should. Mason, please just reach out. I know that we went to that bar and I called you a couple times, but you never got back to me.
Wayne Simmons hasn't gotten back to me about pizza night either.
Wow,
so.
Really?
I checked the email, but
maybe Jersey lets them eat pizza.
They probably do.
So moving right along, the Flyers then played the Bruins, and this was a big game.
Yeah, this was a game everyone was expecting them to lose also.
And they didn't.
They did not.
They did not. I will say one thing before I start reading all these stats.
We got outclassed in the face-offs.
Hayes didn't look like he won like one face-off that entire game.
Yeah, he wasn't looking too great.
He wasn't looking too great. But Konechny opens the scoring from Lindblom and Coots. That's a familiar stat line right there. An absolute snipe from Myers. From Konechny and Coots. So
Threading the needle.
That line is producing.
It was a sneaky little snapshot.
It was. Just that slight hesitation. Yeah. And then right in that top corner. Ooh, gotta love to see that. I don't even know how to pronounce this dude's name. You want to give it a shot?
Danton Heinen?
Hey, you did it. You did it.
Heinen.
I'm just going to call him Heine.
Danton Heine.
Danton Heine with his 4th of the year.
And Rat
the Rat scored his 11th. Again, this game got pushed to overtime. Flyers dominated the overtime and went to a shootout.
This kind of is a theme.
It is right now.
It seems to be. It's a theme. We can put points up early, and then we can't hold the lead in the third.
I don't like that.
I don't like that either. But we'll talk about a little bit more when we get a little through that. We got to follow the format now.
We do have to follow the format.
And who's next? The Caps.
The Caps. This is a tough one. This was a really good game, though. This was lots of back and forth. Man. Sucks. Anyway, Flyers lose the shot category 36-31. We're 51% on the face-off. We were 1 for 4 on the power play, and the Caps were 0 for 3. So that penalty kill has been stepping up big all year.
Yeah, the penalty kill has looked fantastic so far.
Absolutely fantastic. We have a goal from Brendan Lepsick, his second from Carlson, of course. And then Captain Claude Giroux ties it in the third on a power play. Beauty. Jake did a couple dekes and just fed it right to G.
I feel like that goal was a lot of Voracek and then just G sealing the deal.
Exactly. G was definitely pressing this game.
That's my favorite thing about Voracek, though. He can really drive through his zone and get around everyone. Mm-hmm. He's been doing that for years, and that's my favorite thing about Voracek.
Right. So, again, we go to overtime. And again, the Flyers dominate overtime. But was not meant to be in the shootout. TJ Oshie and Kuznetsov scored on Hart. G also scored with an absolute filthy shootout goal. Oh, man.
Was awesome. That his slapper?
No, that was the one where he went up and then stopped and just coasted in.
Yeah, that was the one where he almost went backwards.
Yeah.
It
was very
real
close. Yeah.
That was a close one, yeah.
So, it's as you have here, Caps were 12-1-4 going into this game.
Yeah, it's an impressive team right now.
Yeah, very. So,
Flyers versus Senators.
The game that we should absolutely win, right?
I mean, on paper we should, right?
Yeah, on
but
paper
we don't do things on paper very well.
Well, I think we do. Just not this time.
Just not this time? Like, all right, I'll take it.
So we absolutely dominate. 27 shots on goal to 19. We win face-offs, 57% to 43. Real fucking stinker, 0 for 5 on the power play.
Yeah, the power play was not humming that game.
I think there's a trend here, and our power play started the year a lot better than it has been as of late. And I don't like to see that at all.
I think because mostly it's been our second power play doing all the work, except for a 2-game streak.
No, well, I know last week they both had 6 goals, so the production was even. I don't know what it is right now.
It's probably not good either side right now.
Yeah, so things maybe need to be changed up a little bit. Who knows?
Yeah, well, we started the first period with Pitlick and his first goal of the season.
First goal as a Flyer.
First goal as a Flyer.
It was a beauty. It really was.
Yeah, I said this last week. I like seeing Pitlick. I like seeing the fourth line get on the board. I just wish that everyone else was also on the board in this game.
Yeah. So we've been asking for it, that fourth line production, and we got it. But that's all we got this game.
Yep. Assist by Andy Andronoff,
which was a very nice play to keep the puck alive, right before it exited the zone.
Second period, we had Tyler Enos score his 4th of the year and on the power play.
He was humming the entire game.
Following that, we had Philippe Yeah, Philippe Schlappick.
What a name.
Yep, with his second of the year. Chris Tierney with the assist, and Mark Borowiecki.
Is it Borowiecki or Borowiecki?
I'm not really good at that whole Czech thing.
That's true. You know what? It's both, depending on how you want to say it.
Borowiecki?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Borowiecki.
Anders Nielsen was lights out this game. He was. He made a lot of really key stops.
He was the reason they won this game.
Yeah, but still, I'm just saying, unacceptable. They're a better team. Flyers are a better team than this. We know that.
All right, you want to talk about unacceptable? That's the next game.
I disagree. It's unacceptable, but I think losing to Ottawa is way more unacceptable than losing to overtime to the Islanders, which is what happened.
This should have never been there in the first place.
Agreed.
Stats, though.
Stats. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. Shots were 36 Islanders, 31 Flyers. 53% on the faceoff were the Islanders. We were only 47. We were both 1 for 3 on the power play. We absolutely dominated them in hits, 35 to 22. 20 blocks to their 13. So, Islanders are a good team. It's going to be a battle, but...
It's so funny, too. Like, I know it's been said to death at this point, and everyone just keeps kind of playing off that story of, well, Tavares left the Islanders, so the Islanders are going to be terrible now. But it's been completely the opposite.
Well, I think a big part of that is Barry Trotz.
Yeah.
I mean, the man wins a cup, and then apparently there's some financial disputes, and he leaves to go to the Islanders. I don't know. I feel like when a coach brings you the cup, you kind of give him all the money he wants to keep him around. But he's clearly the X factor here, and I mean, their play, the Islanders this year, is absolutely stellar. I think the 3 best teams in the East right now are the Caps, the Islanders, and the Bruins. Probably in that order, I would say. But let's talk about this game. So we started off strong with an absolute snipe from Coots, assisted by Lindblom.
Yeah, I think it came off the defender's stick a little bit, so it kind of definitely squeaked by through the... Yeah, it would look good, though.
It was. And then we got a power play goal from Provy. An absolute
the point.
Cannon shot. I mean, the torque on his stick.
The stick was bent backwards.
Ooh,
yeah.
Man.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And then Lindblom with his 9th of the year, assisted by Farabee and Provorov.
My boy.
Your boy. He looked good. He had a couple chances this game. Now, here's a real stinker. Flyers absolutely kind of lost it in the third.
They just took a huge shit all over the ice.
So what happened in the third, John?
Well, we had some bad changes that really, really kind of screwed us up. That allowed Bouvier, I believe that's how you say his name.
We can go with it. It works for me.
Well, someone will correct us, or no one will correct us. It really doesn't matter.
Hey, if no one corrects us, we're never wrong.
Yeah, it's true. Off of Derek Brassard and Brock Nelson, because of a terrible change. And it was that terrible change that led to that goal. Now, it was kind of soft, and Elliott probably should have stopped it.
But that was the second chance off of a bad change this game.
They had a chance in the second off of a terrible change.
Yeah. And then the hits just kept coming.
Mm-hmm. So we had Matthew Barzal with his power play goal. That was a kind of weird one.
No, the third one.
The third one was the weird one. Yeah, you're right.
This was just a good. This was a bang play. Yeah.
That was just a good power play goal.
Let's talk about that third one.
Yep, Anthony Bouvier.
Sure.
It's gonna change every time.
Yep, every time.
With a unassisted goal.
This puck had eyes. This puck had eye.
Yeah, that was the weird one that bounced off his armpit onto his pad
and then
onto
off
his
the
skate
pads,
and rolled. Yeah.
Yeah, it just, this puck was doing laps around Elliott and just managed to make it pass. I think Elliott had a good game here. He made a lot of really big saves. It's a shame that the team fell apart. Seemed like a lot of mental stuff because bad changes didn't happen in the first or the second.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. They just stopped playing.
Yeah.
Well, and it seems like a theme.
Did they stop? Well, no. We'll talk about it. Shootout goals. Aberley scored on Elliott. Brazel, a little brazzle dazzle, scored on Elliott too. And here we are. We have an overtime loss. So we end this stretch with 2 overtime wins against the Leafs, the Bruins, an overtime loss against the Capitals, a loss against the Ottawa Senators, and
in regulation. After bringing the Caps, the Bruins, and the Islanders to overtime and a shootout.
Yeah. Yeah. So now we're on a 3-game losing streak. So let's talk hockey.
Which one you want to start with?
I think we just talk about it all. Let's just talk about a week in the summary. You know, first and foremost, I think Hart has played lights out the past couple games.
Hart has been fantastic, but so has Elliott. Hasn't been bad either.
Yeah, but like Carter Hart in that Capitals game was amazing. I mean, we're not in that game without Hart, and they're not in that game without Holtby. Holtby was just as equally lights out as Carter Hart was.
Yeah, I think Holtby, for a little while, he was struggling. Not enough to lose the games, but Capitals have so much firepower they can stop anything in the first place.
Yeah, but it doesn't change the fact that he's a Vezina-winning goaltender.
Oh, of course, yeah.
He's got it in him. So yeah, this was a really good game, and this is a tough one. There's going to be these games that are measuring sticks. And I thought that the Flyers played fantastic in this game. We didn't get the result that they wanted, but it was a back and forth game, as you would expect. You know, you're not going to come out and dominate a team like the Caps. Back and forth, Hart made 35 saves with a .972 save percentage. Ghost looked pretty good in this game. The result wasn't there, but everything you see in that game is pointing up. It's trending up. That's what I thought.
I can't complain about the Capitals game. It's the Capitals, and because I don't see us being a contender team this year, I can say, yeah, they had a good outing. Unfortunately, as a Flyers fan, I want them to be a contender.
Right.
So I'm not happy that they lost, but if you're going to lose against a team,
that's the team.
It's the team to lose against.
Yeah.
That first goal, though, on Leipzig, or by Leipzig, that was off of a rebound where 3 guys were covering the right boards. I'm guessing Turinsky was supposed to be covering the slot, and he just wasn't there.
He was just right in front. There was nobody covering him at all whatsoever.
Leipzig took the pass and just shoved the puck in.
Yeah.
It was just a shovel.
Yeah, what else is Hart supposed to do there?
We'll stop it, I guess. But.
He did the first time.
Yeah. The first time, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. If you put me in front of Hart with a couple whacks, even I'll score if no one's going to, deck me. Get me away from the blue paint.
I imagine someone would deck you.
Yeah, it's okay.
Could you imagine just us jumping onto the ice at Voorhees, just skating over, taking shots at Hart?
I mean,
we'd be murdered.
We wouldn't even make it there. Just grown-ass killers everywhere.
Chris Stewart will be like, it's my time to shine.
It's my time. I can finally do something useful with my one-way contract. My name's Chris Stewart. I'm old. I know Chuck Fletcher. Only reason I'm on this team. That's my opinion of Chris Stewart, by the way.
It's a very specific opinion of Chris Stewart.
Yeah, well, I don't know why you give it, was he 33? A 33-year-old aging bruiser a one-way contract on a team in which we are a little up against a cap and still have a lot of young guys coming up. It's my least favorite move that they've done.
It seems odd. I mean, they only gave him, $1 million? No, they gave him league minimum.
Yeah, I don't care. It's still money. It's like...
They're just gonna box him. It's alright.
I know. So, he can't go anywhere. He's one-way contract. He's always going to be on the team now. There's no flexibility there.
Yeah, they have to healthy scratch him.
Yeah, so, and they're going to, because he's not good.
They have Andreoff in here now instead.
Yeah, I mean, he got an assist on that Pitlick goal, which was very nice.
Yeah, we'll see. He's got time to actually...
Yeah.
Try to do it. And he's fourth line. I'm not too concerned with that.
But I don't know what the fuck happened in Ottawa. And, I know I said we weren't going to curse, but I've already dropped 3 F-bombs this podcast.
Yeah, well, fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it. No, this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous.
27 shots on goal to their 19.
57% on the face-off to their 43.
0% on the power play.
0 for 5. And this is the thing. Something's not working. I mean, our penalty kill and power play are both better than they were last year.
Why could they not do anything? Well, I'll give you one stat here. Ghost had 5 minutes and 44 seconds on the power play, whereas Provi only had 2 minutes and 50 seconds. So the guy who's been putting up all the power play points on the defensive side.
So how many total points does he have on the power play?
Provi has 2 power play goals and 5 power play assists, so 7.
7 of his 9 points, I think.
To compare to Ghost's 4 power play assists.
7 of his 13.
7 of his 13, yeah. So
Ghost is just 4.
To Ghost's 4 power play assists, I believe 2 of which were third or tertiary assists.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they focused on Ghost this game. Maybe they just thought, Ottawa's going to be an easy team to beat. We'll just try some stuff out during this game, and then they got surprised.
And that's a concerning stat right there, though, because let's talk about it. Ghost has 6 points total. 1 goal, 5 assists. 4 of his 6 points have come off the power play. Provorov has scored more power play goals, more even strength goals, and he's getting less time. And I think that...
Well, they tried to fix that with the Islanders game.
And it paid off.
It did pay off.
It did.
With that beautiful goal in the first.
So what about our forwards?
Our forwards, well, we have Coots, TK, and Oscar Lindblom all getting around 2 minutes and 50 seconds that game. These are the people that we expect to score on the power play, at least based off of history. And then we had G, who had the most with 6 minutes and 32 seconds.
Right, but G also has the best.
I understand him being there. He's kind of the leader. He has to be power play 1.
Yeah.
I don't know why they had so much time on Farabee and JVR. I know JVR has been strong recently, but not on the power play. He only has 1 power play goal.
Yeah. I mean, I get rocking JVR this game because he had a nose for the puck the entire game. But I know that we're both high on Farabee, but let's be honest, he hasn't done anything on the power play.
He does not need that much time on the power play.
No,
he has no points on the power play. He hasn't really earned the power play spot either.
No, he was given it. I mean, I get it. They're giving him all the opportunities. But I would even say that,
he's playing really good with G, so I'm guessing they're assuming just keep him with him.
Yeah, I would like to see more come from it. They're getting close. Both G and Farabee together, they're getting the looks, but I don't know.
It's power play isn't the same as regulation.
No.
5-on-5.
No, and I agree. I don't know why you're giving those two guys the majority of the time when Coots, TK, and Big O are better. So you told me that you want to change what our lines are. What do you got?
So for my power play 1, I decided I want Big O left wing, G center, TK right wing. Then we'll have Jake and Provi in there.
Okay.
I understand kind of why they mix up the lines the way they did.
Because they want to have an even...
Yeah, they want to distribute the power a little bit.
Yeah, but that's not a power play. We got to flex our muscles.
I mean, if I want to see goals scored, they're the ones I'm going to put together.
Mm-hmm.
As far as numbers go, they're the ones who have been putting the points up. So why not give it a try?
Yeah.
But I'm not an NHL coach. So who knows?
That makes sense to me, though, because things aren't... Like I said, I think our penalty kill is legit this year. But our power play is...
It's been slacking recently.
It needs to be more consistent. I think that they know that, and I think that the coach knows that. And, AV has proven that he's not afraid to change things up when they're not working.
He's a good quick fixer.
He is. And in all fairness, he put together the lines, and we went on a winning streak and a point streak, you know? And even with that regulation loss, we've still gotten points, and I've at least 8 of our last 9 games or something like that.
Yeah, I'm in no way bashing AV because he's been doing fantastic things so far.
Yeah.
And at this point, I'll take anything over Hackstall.
Yeah, I mean,
But I'll take a high school hockey coach over Hackstall at this point. But,
well, I mean, we went with a college hockey coach, and that was Hackstall. And
yeah,
that didn't work out.
That didn't work out
so
too well.
I say we stay away from the collegiate level for a little bit.
We'll go to the high school, middle school,
Middle
pee-wee
school,
hockey,
pee-wee.
pee-wee hockey.
I'm
Okay, guys, no hits at all.
I've never played hockey, but I'm throwing my name in the hat here.
Yeah, yeah. If AV never wants to play, or AV never wants to play.
AV ever wants to quit. You know,
AV ever wants to quit, doesn't want to deal with the Flyers anymore.
listen,
We'll take
AV,
over.
And you know what? Listen, I think we may have hurt AV's feelings a little bit. Here we are inviting Wayne Simmons and Steve Mason over for dinner, but we haven't even extended an invitation out to AV.
Oh yeah, AV can come over for pizza too.
AV, you can come over whenever you
The
want.
whole team can come over for pizza.
Yeah, come on.
Even Chris Stewart.
Yeah, as long as you guys pay.
It's gonna be a lot of pizza. They
There's a
might
lot
have
of
to
it.
pay.
Yeah, I mean they can front the pizza bill, I think.
Yeah, we'll pay the tip.
Yeah, well, God, that's gonna be a big bill, though. I'm just saying. John,
Pizza for.
John, these people have way more money than us.
Okay, well,
They're fucking fine. They got it.
well, they're allowed to eat pizza now, so.
That was ridiculous. I mean, I can't eat pizza, so let's talk about, Caps game was the big one, and obviously we can only yell at them so much for the Ottawa loss, but let's dive into this Islanders loss, because I think we feel the same and a little different about this.
Well, I have in caps written here. They cannot allow 3 goals in 13 minutes while ahead 3-0. They just can't.
It's unacceptable. Agreed. They need to learn how to
absolutely
finish.
Unacceptable. They have. I don't know why. What happened? They just stopped playing.
Did they stop playing, or did the Islanders start playing? Because we dominate that game.
It's the Islanders, though. They should. If I can't even get a sentence out.
You're so angry.
How the hell could the Islanders play so poorly? Like, if that's what you're saying, how did they play so poorly for 40 minutes and then just suddenly wake up in 15?
What I'm saying is
Something had to have happened.
Yeah, our game plan stopped being effective. So, and this is what we kind of saw in the Boston game, and this is a little bit what we saw in the Caps game, a little bit reverse. So, Caps dominate the first period, and then I think the Flyers have the better of play the rest of the way. They have a much better second period, and the third period is a little more back and forth, but I still give the edge to the Flyers. With the Bruins game, we dominated the first 2 periods, but then, again, you're not going to keep the Bruins off the board.
This was the Toronto game, too.
It's
just a theme now.
Is it a theme? Or like?
Well, 3 out of 5.
Yeah, but you gotta look at the teams, John. These are legit contender teams. And we are not a contender yet. And I think that we're well on our way, but we're not a favorite for the cup.
No, we're definitely not a contender team.
But you could argue that
Second round.
all these teams that we're playing are.
Oh, God, yeah, they are. Their Capitals have pretty much sealed their spot. I mean, the Islanders have pretty much sealed their spot.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I think that it needs to be noted that we don't know how good the Flyers are yet. Their hockey can be effective against these top-tier teams, but they clearly haven't figured it all out yet.
They've traditionally done that, too, where they have really bad games against teams they should not lose to.
Yeah,
like,
and then if you even look at like the last couple for the Ottawa Senators, they've beaten some good teams. They are a very weird team.
Ottawa Senators, it's strange. They're poor defensively, and I think Anders Nielsen's the only one that keeps them alive when it comes to anything in their offense or their defensive zone. But they can score, too.
They can score. Absolutely.
It's strange. I'm so fired up about losing 3 points in 12 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, that was a breakdown that can't happen. But why? Why do you think it happened?
I honestly couldn't tell you. The one started off as a bad change, the first goal. And it was a little soft. It was kind of Elliott's fault that it went in. But at the same time, there was no one on the ice to help him. He was alone.
Yeah, I mean, even just having that shooter, if there's a defender breathing down his neck, it's going to make him less accurate. It's going to make him feel like he needs to move a little bit faster than he needs to. You got to give your goaltender a chance sometime.
The goal, the worst part of it was like there was 3 Islanders in our defensive zone and 1 Flyer who was trailing behind.
And that's
3 guys standing in front of the bench.
And that's the second bad change. And I think that it sounds like mentally they just got rattled and then couldn't pull it back.
Maybe AV was mixing up the lines or something, so no one knew who was coming out next. I don't know. I don't think so. There was 3 guys standing on the ice. We had too many men on the ice. It's just the refs let it go because they weren't affecting the play.
Yeah, we didn't have the puck.
So
it's just, I don't know. Again, that is absolutely unacceptable. But I want to stress that these games against these teams, I guess you could call them measuring sticks. But coming into this year, I didn't expect the Flyers to fully understand and buy in and play AV's system the way he wants it to until Christmas.
But they've been doing pretty good with AV's system, so
and that's the thing.
I'm kind of happy about that.
I'm very happy about that.
I'm just pissed about this one game. Like I'm glad that it went to the shootout, so that, they got their point. Like, yeah, that's great, but it's not an excuse to lose 3 goals. And I mean, we were making fun of Vegas from doing that last season in the playoffs.
Right, you can't do that, and it can't become a trend. But
hopefully it doesn't, but
when you have a 2-goal lead over Washington, or a 2-goal lead over, we've never had a 2-goal lead over Washington, but a 2-goal lead over Boston Bruins, that's not enough. You know they're coming back. 3 goals, you should be able to hold that. I could totally see them getting 1. I could totally see them getting 2, but this is a time where I would have liked the team to step up and hold them back. I don't know. I don't think this is going to be a downward trend for the Flyers.
No, I don't think it is either, but
ultimately, we just need to keep pushing ahead. The Flyers ultimately need to keep doing what they're doing. They need to keep pushing forward. They're doing a lot more good than bad.
Yeah, I'm just pissed that we're 45, 50 minutes into the game. That was going to be an easy 2 points.
I know. It was going to be a statement game. It was going to be a makeup for the last Islanders game where we looked like dog crap. It's going to be a makeup for the fact that we didn't even show up against the Ottawa Senators. So we need to.
Those black jerseys do look good, though.
Oh man, I want one real bad.
Yeah.
Those black alternative jerseys.
Someone send us some jerseys.
Yeah, Mason. Hook us up. AV, come on. No, I think that this is a tough one. So, I see what you have up here, and I don't agree with it. So, we're going to argue a little bit.
Yeah, let's discuss this a little bit. I find the Flyers to be still a dark horse candidate.
No.
You're saying they're not a dark horse,
No.
they're surefire.
Yeah, they're a surefire playoff team. I truly believe that. Why do you think they're dark horse?
Just because there's not enough consistency, right?
Right.
So, and I think that'll come with a little bit more experience on Hart's end. So they could move out of that dark horse position by January. I'm just, as of right now, 2 months into the season, they're still a dark horse to me.
See, for me, I've seen a lot, right? One thing I don't like, I think there are problems with this team, and I think there are things that they may want to see if they can fix before the year gets too far ahead of them. But right now, we are tied with Pittsburgh Penguins for 24 points.
Yeah, 4th in the Metro.
We are 1 point away from 3rd place. Islanders and Washington, they're a little bit of ahead. We're probably not going to catch them.
Yeah, that's going to be hard to catch up to that.
Right. But here is what scares me. Washington Capitals, their goal differential, plus 17. New York Islanders, their goal differential, plus 16. Carolina, their goal differential, plus 11. Let's even go to the Atlantic Division. Boston, plus 17. Montreal, plus 10. Flyers are Pittsburgh Penguins, plus 17. Flyers are plus 1.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We don't have the right consistency in there.
Do we not have the right or do we not have the right players? Because we have some underachieving players.
Yeah, I mean, if we want to talk about Hayes.
I want to talk about two people. Two people who I think are absolutely underperforming right now.
Go for it.
Hayes and JVR.
Yeah. Well, the JVR part, yes. I can, especially if he's been playing line 2, line 1 sometimes.
Top power play.
Yeah, top power play minutes. If his power play minutes are above Konechny and Lindblom in that Ottawa game, and he did nothing with it.
Absolutely nothing.
And, I mean, none of them did anything with it that game, so it's not all on him. But, yeah, JVR is slacking a little bit. His kind of modus operandi is be in front of the net, right? So if he's not getting those rebounds, then there's not much he's going to do off of it.
And it's not like he hasn't had chances.
Yeah, he has had chances, yeah.
And it's not like Hayes hasn't had chances either.
Hayes has taken tons of shots.
But here's the problem. 10 games. 10 games without even scratching.
Even an apple?
Even an apple.
Nothing.
10 games pointless. In that span, has he been shooting? Yeah, I mean, 2, 3 shots, 2, 4, 1, 6, 1. Nothing. He did nothing in Ottawa. No shots.
No shots in
No
Ottawa?
shots.
Really, no shots in Ottawa?
22 shifts.
Wow.
So, here's a problem, and I think this is something that is going to hold the Flyers back.
I wonder if he's angry he's on the third line.
I don't care.
Well, I don't care either, but I'm trying to think of it from his point of view.
Maybe. I mean, that third line, our bottom 6 is suspect right now.
Yeah.
Like, so our system is better, our power play is still better, our penalty kill is better, our even strength, the way that we play is better, our defense is better. But here's the problem, and this might be a mistake that the Flyers are going to have to deal with. We've spent a lot of money on Hayes.
A lot of money on Hayes.
So they very clearly thought that bringing Hayes in and the young talent coming up, and with the current players they have, that would be enough to be a playoff team.
No one's going to take that contract if they go that way, so...
No. There's no getting rid of Hayes. Yeah. He's on the team. And that's why stretches of this 10 game stretches of no impact is not good. You know, our fourth line finally got a goal in Ottawa, but that's the only thing that happened.
Well, Lawton should be back soon.
He should be back the 25th, if I remember correctly.
So hopefully that'll help as far as the fourth line goes. I have a lot of faith in Lawton and Raffl together.
I mean, I think Lawton coming back is going to be really big. I think it's going to help. But I do think that the Flyers may have a goal scoring problem. You know, G's climbing. G has 13 points. Coots has 15. Lindblom has 16. Konechny's pulling away with 19. You know, those are your 4 guys that are scoring. And right now, Voracek's also at 13 points with Provorov. But then you have a drop-off. JVR only has 9. Hayes only has 7. Ghost, you have 6 points right now. You know, not to take a stab at your boy, but in 14 games, Farabee only has 5 points, which is fine
for a rookie. He's on the top line,
that's
so
the problem,
he should be producing a little bit
top
more.
Line, top
but
power
top
play.
Line's not producing either.
Yeah, but neither is the power play. I mean, he's got.
Well,
5
we
minutes.
already discussed he should not be on the power play.
Right.
As far as Farabee goes, he's a rookie. I expect slouches from him. Not necessarily should he be playing with G, but I guess you're not going to mess with the second line that's putting up all the points either.
Here's my thing. Right now, I believe the lines, they put JVR on that third line. I think it's JVR, Raffl, and Hayes, correct?
It's JVR. It was Turinsky, and then he got hit by that
it's
slap
Chris
shot.
Stewart.
Chris Stewart's on there now. So Hayes isn't going to get any points.
Right. and here's something that I think that should be noted about Hayes, and I think that he's kind of being left to hang and dry here.
Well, they did this with Trocheck in
Florida?
In Florida.
Yeah.
They took him off of Hoffman's line, and they kind of made like a line 2A and line 2B, and Trocheck just wasn't putting up points at all.
Yeah. Yeah, so we have JVR on the wing with Hayes and Stewart. That's what this website says. Fucking Stewart. Jesus Christ. So you have a struggling JVR with a struggling Kevin Hayes with a bruiser and Stewart. What the hell is he going to do with that? I mean, I guess you need them. You need that third line to start producing. But that third line looked a lot better when Joel Farabee was on it.
Yeah, but who would you put up on the top right wing then?
If we're talking about restructuring everything, I would say to moving Farabee down to the third line, I would like to see for the mismatch. Plus, he played good with Hayes, and plus you're giving Hayes at least a little bit. So I'm totally cool with when Lawton comes back. I really liked Lawton, Hayes, Farabee. I thought that was a good look. You then, I guess, you could go JVR, G, and Voracek on the top line. I don't know. I think we really miss Patrick right now.
Yeah, we need someone to fill in that spot. But then, what are you going to do with Hayes? Because what are you going to move Hayes to the wing or move Patrick to the wing? Because you're not going to stick Hayes it's $7 million player.
Well, if
you're going to stick him fourth line.
Patrick comes back, Hayes has to move up. If Patrick coming back means G moves back to the wing, which means somebody needs to center that top line. So either it be Hayes or Coots, someone's centering that line. Yeah. And I would almost argue that maybe it's time to... We have a scoring problem.
See, I'm scared to move the second line at all because they're the only ones doing anything.
Right.
I mean, you have that every once in a while. We have a nice sniper from Giroux, but he's doing it on his own.
So why don't we say, let's move... TK's our best player this year, right?
Yeah, he plays well with Giroux. He just has defensive issues.
So why don't we move TK up to the top line?
We've done that.
Not this year.
Yeah, TK played on the top line.
Briefly.
Yeah, briefly.
Yeah, but it was like 2 games. 2 games when they were already losing. Like, they weren't on a winning streak.
Yeah.
They were kind of, I would say, a defensive shuffling on the lines to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, I think AV's got his work cut out for him because we're sitting here struggling, and he's supposed to be the professional.
Well, here's the thing: this second line that nobody saw coming this year is really throwing a wrench in in a weird way, what the Flyers can do, what they can maneuver around.
You think maybe it's time to make that second line the top line?
I'd say so. I think so because they're the ones that are scoring.
Do you think G would be happy on the second line?
Well, I don't think that. First line, second line. It's.
I know it doesn't matter a lot, but it's still time. It's like 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes.
G's gonna get the same, maybe slightly less, but G's
it
still
depends on if they're setting up. Yeah, power play setting up in the
kill.
Offensive zone or the defensive zone.
What's happening towards the end of the game? Do you need to shift heavy your big guys if you're down by 1?
Yeah, kill time, stuff like that.
But that line is killing it. But I mean, they've had a couple goals scored on them too. Every now and then, Coots will make a really lazy, bad pass. And
he has a habit of doing that.
It's weird for someone who's a very good defensive player.
He just gets lazy like that sometimes.
He does.
We could see it too. That was Coots. That was Coots.
Yeah, not good.
He just starts figure skating instead of playing. It's weird. Do
the Flyers need to bring Frost up? Do we need to make a trade here? What are you thinking?
I think it's too early to say trade. In all honesty, I don't know what you would trade because besides Gostisbehere...
Ghost.
Yeah, besides Gostisbehere, what else would you trade? So...
Yeah,
because no one's going to take that Hayes contract.
No, well, Hayes, it's way too early.
And he's still got time anyway, yeah.
Yeah. And I want to say that, while Hayes hasn't scored in 10 games, it's, he's still... created scoring chances.
He looks good when he tries.
He does. And I would say that if you give him a little bit more, and I don't know, JVR should be enough. But again, this JVR contract is another one that's going to kind of mess with us in the end.
Yeah. I mean, you could trade JVR.
I don't know.
I feel like Ghost would be the first to go.
Ghost would be the first to go.
He has a lot of upside. He can perform if he's put in the right situation. I don't know what's going on right now. But...
Yeah, but here's the thing. Ghost has he's looked better than he has and worse than he has both this year. There are games where he looks like he doesn't really know what defense is. But then there are games where he's performing very well in the offensive zone with making dekes, causing penalties. It's weird, but I definitely think it's time for Provorov to take the step up.
He has had some bad penalties himself too, though.
Yeah.
Weird tripping and hooking things. But
right. Yeah. At least Sanheim stopped falling down.
Yeah, it's definitely time for Provy to shine.
And you know what? If we're talking about scoring, I would be doing a disservice. It's not to mention that Ghost only having 6 points in 20 games, and Sanheim only having 5 points in 20 games. That's a problem. That's a problem. So we can look at this forward group all we want and pick and prod and poke, and, Hayes needs to do better, and obviously so does JVR. I'd like to see Voracek and G get a couple more, but at least they're passing the eye test for me. Ghost only has 6 points. Sanheim only has 5 points. These are guys that we wanted to produce. Hell, Myers has 4 points in 8 games.
Yeah, Myers has been looking pretty solid.
And he's +7.
I'm not too happy about the Ghost thing. The Sanheim thing, I don't... See, I wasn't expecting him to be the biggest point getter. I've always seen it as a Ghost Pro V thing.
Yeah, but Sanheim really took off last year, and he can score. I don't know what's going on. Maybe his confidence is a little...
What's his time on ice? What's his time on ice?
He's pulling in about 20, 22, 21. He only played 15 minutes in Ottawa, 1950 in the Islanders. So he's pulling in 20 minutes a game. That's enough ice time.
Yeah, it's enough ice time to get some points. I mean, traditionally, you're going to have your big defensemen. They're going to be 24, 25, 26, sometimes upwards 28 minutes.
Yeah. So
he could use a little more time.
He could, but we also
they're focusing hard on Niskanen, I think.
Which, I mean, Niskanen's looked fantastic.
Yeah, he has a lot of good assists, too.
Oh, yeah.
Sets up the puck real well. Nice tape to tapes.
Niskanen and Provi are, hands down, our best pairing at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Something else I want to talk to you about real quick. I know we're getting towards the end of the episode. Is Mick Jesus and Draisaitl the best 1-2 punch in the league?
Apparently, I guess by numbers they would have to be.
Oh my God.
They're pretty gross, yeah.
McDavid recently had a 6-point night. And I was like curious because I have McJesus on my team. And I was like, whoa, does that mean he pulled ahead in the stats category and maybe got a little bit closer to Draisaitl? Wrong!
No, Draisaitl is absurd. He's the highest points in the league right now, I think.
Yeah, no, he is killing it. Right now, Draisaitl has 43 points. You know who's behind him?
McDavid?
With 40.
Yeah.
43 points, 40 points.
Who's the next one?
Pasternak with 32. So he's more than 10 behind Draisaitl.
Yeah, and Pasternak has been looking fantastic. He's 2 points a game right now.
Pasternak has 17 goals, right? You know who's behind that? Draisaitl with 16, Connor McDavid with 14.
Yeah, well.
Draisaitl is leading the leagues in assists with 27. You know who's behind him?
Is it McDavid?
It's Connor McDavid. Followed by John Carlson.
Yeah, John Carlson, the defenseman, yeah. He's been impressive. Him and Dougie Hamilton.
Yeah, so I think, we always talk about, obviously, Rantanen, McKinnon. They're one hell of a punch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that whole line's good, but, yeah, it looks like Edmonton's got the top line this season.
They have that line. They're having more consistent goaltending, minus that one game where Mike Smith let up, oh, God, everything. Every single shot. It was pathetic.
Well, who was that other team? It was Colorado, because Grubauer went down, and then Francois got injured.
Isn't Landeskog down?
Landeskog's injured, Rantanen's injured, Grubauer's injured, their backup goalie's injured.
Yeah. They
had to pull up a third-string goalie, and he got a shutout. And then the next game he got destroyed.
Yeah.
But they had the equipment coach
as a backup
that game.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's fun.
He was there all geared up, ready to go. He was just some local coach.
Do you want to hear some crazy things? So I playing Lewis, right?
Mm-hmm.
I decided to stream a Rangers goaltender who, when I looked, was negative 3.2. He made 4 saves on 8 shots against...
Was it Georgiev?
Yeah. Against... this is when Tampa absolutely, just wrecked them. So he was negative 3.2. They put Lundqvist out.
Mm-hmm.
Who's
been struggling a little bit.
Lundqvist did so bad in relief that they put that guy back out again. And then he took me from a negative 3.2 to just a negative 0.8. Yeah, it was 9-3.
That's so disappointing for you.
No, it was great. They put him back in, and he took me from -3 points to just -0.8. That's fucking awesome.
Yay! Yay, negative points.
Yay! Less negative points. This game. It's funny. I was talking to our friend Paul while this game went on, and I was criticizing very much Kucherov because he was having a shitty year so far. He had, 1 assist, 2 assists, then he got a goal. And then he got another assist. And then, that was it for him. So, talk some shit, get a 4.9.
Talk some shit on.
So this is Shane's fantasy advice. Whenever your players aren't doing the things that they need to do, yell at them through your computers and phone screens, and they'll hear you.
They do hear you. They
do.
They have little earpieces in.
Yeah.
And it connects to your device.
Yeah, the NSA kind of sends it to their earpiece.
Yeah, they hear it. They definitely hear it.
Very nice of them. Hey, guys. Thanks for listening to our podcast. The NSA is actually 3 of our 4 listeners, so...
It's nice to hear from you, NSA.
Right?
Yeah, send us an email. Come have pizza.
Have pizza. We're having the
invite everyone
biggest
for
pizza party in the whole world.
Wayne Simmons, the whole Flyers team.
Steve Mason.
AV.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, and our NSA agents.
Can you imagine? If next episode
They knock on the door.
All 7 of our listeners see the title and it's like the Flying P Podcast with / the Philadelphia Flyers, and we fit everybody in this
Everyone
little
in this little room. Just hang the remote for the microphone from the ceiling.
Yep. We're all
right, guys, tell us why you lost that Ottawa game. Jake, please don't beat me up.
I'll beat him up for you. Don't worry. So what do we have coming up, John?
Coming up, we have Flyers versus Florida.
It's going to be a tough
19th
game.
At 7 p.m. Yeah, it could be. They just got to beat Rob.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it's worth noting that they have the same record as us, right?
Yeah, they're pretty much they're us, but in Florida.
Right. They also have a 0 goal differential, so they also have goaltending issues. Well.
Mm-hmm. Following that, we have the Flyers versus Carolina.
Again.
At Carolina on the 21st.
They churned it up again.
Yeah, that'll be another 7 o'clock game. They are 12-7-1 so far.
25 points. We're all around 25 points right now.
And then on the 23rd, we have Calgary coming to the Wells Fargo Center at 1 p.m. This is going to be a Saturday game.
We have to go to a game.
Yeah, we do, but I don't know if it's going to be that one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Calgary is currently...
Though. Are you going to be home?
I might be.
We should stream.
We could try to.
We could try to, yeah.
It would depend.
Yeah.
They're currently 10 wins, 9 losses, and 3 overtime losses.
23 points.
They're about the same spot we are in their division.
So all these teams are kind of about where the Flyers are. So this is going to be good.
This could be a good measuring stick week, I think.
I think, honestly, every game...
We haven't played Florida yet, so...
No.
We kind of got murdered by Calgary last time we played them.
This is going to be good. I'd love to see
nice
the Flyers.
Revenge story.
Yeah. I think that...
For what it's worth, we win most of our games at home.
I know.
So...
Yeah. So we should be good. I think the Flyers will win all these games.
I'm going to say, yeah, they might struggle a little bit with Carolina.
Yeah, I think if there is a game to lose, it's that one. But I would definitely like to see a 3-0 or a 2-0-1 stretch down here.
Yeah. Watch it's all going to be shootout wins.
I would like that to stop. I really would. Because, my heart can't take it. And,
they're kind of getting tired of the stress.
Yeah.
I can't imagine how they feel.
I think Hart will definitely get the majority of the starts just because he's looked so good. And that's not a knock against Elliott, but feed Hart while he's playing like this.
Yeah, he'll at least get the Florida and the Carolina. Elliott may get the homestand.
You think?
You can't play the guy 3 games in a row, can you? I guess they can.
Yeah, you can.
They're going to play him up to 60 games this year.
Oh, yeah. I think so. I mean...
I know, we were starting, in the beginning of the season, we're saying, he'll get 40 games, but now it's not looking that way.
I mean, if you think about it, he really looked a little shaky at first, and then he's been absolutely stellar.
I'm glad to know that Elliott can be a good backup.
I think that's good to know, too, because he really... That's what we need. What Flyers have this year what they haven't had in a very long time: solid goaltending. We have solid goaltending. We have solid defense. We have good penalty killing. These are the recipes for success. What they need to figure out is their power play, and the power play woes could also be why that we're struggling a little bit.
Yeah, it can be
this goal scoring thing. So I'm telling you, we are a couple things away from everything clicking together, and the Flyers being
a little bit of time and experience under Hart's belt. He'll become a little more consistent.
I don't even think Hart needs to be consistent. If you look at that, he had a rough patch and then came back with a 4-game win streak.
No, I'm not. Well, that's inconsistent. But there's not enough data yet for it to show. You know.
Oh. Yeah,
you have a win streak and a lose streak. That's half and half.
That's true.
But it feels inconsistent when you watch the games and see when the goals are scored.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about him at all.
No, I'm not worried about him.
Yeah,
I think it's just time. He's a rookie goaltender.
And I would like to make these games a little bit easier for him, and like the Flyers score.
Oh, that would be nice. Yeah, if anyone was ever in the slot to protect him ever.
Yeah, or just maybe score 4 next time instead of 3. Score more so he doesn't need to do all that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Anyway.
Right, let's get the hell out of here.
We got shit to do. It's very cold. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you next time.
See you, nerds.